Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we do upload PvP content every single day, so please consider subscribing to the channel if you're into that type of content. Today we're going to be looking at a set featuring Altaria in the lead. Altaria is a very good Pokemon, especially in the lead position. So we're running Dragon Breath, Sky Attack, and Dragon Pulse. Hypno with Confusion, Thunder Punch, and Focus Blast. We switched out of the Ice Punch, which will leave us a little susceptible to particular matchups, but been seeing a lot of Bastiodons lately, so we're going to be running the Focus Blast here, try to catch some Pokemon off guard, and Registeel in the back. First matchup here is against the Haunter. So this isn't the worst matchup for the Altaria, but we do have to call the Shadow Ball or the Shadow Punch bait here. We do go for the Shadow Ball, and we called it correctly, so well done there. However, our opponent makes a very quick switch into his Azumarill to absorb this Sky Attack, which is going to save him a shield, so very well played on their part. Now here I'm going to try and catch the Ice Beam, switching into the Registeel, and you may ask why I'm not switching it into Hypno here. It has a much more favorable match with the Thunder Punch. Well, the main reason I'm not switching into Hypno is because I'm saving it for the Haunter in the back. Confusion is absolutely going to demolish Haunter, as well as Haunter having a very good matchup against Registeel in general. So I think it's a lot better to switch into Registeel in this particular matchup against the Azumarill, which we still can win, of course. But it would have been better if we had gotten the shield against that Haunter. Either way, we're outpacing it here to these flash cannons, and the Azumarill is not going to appreciate this, so it does shield. And now that we did get that shield away from the Azumarill, we are going to be able to have a very favorable position here where we come back in with the Altaria. It's used all its energy, get off the Sky Attack, and the Azumarill is going to have to make a decision here whether it wants to shield or not. Chooses to let it go. I'm expecting the Haunter to come back in, so I'm preparing the Hypno, but it's actually a Registeel. So remember, we do have Focus Blast on this Hypno. If we could somehow burn the last shield here with this Altaria, we'll be in a very good position here. And Altaria will only beat Registeel in the 2 shield situation. So we're not looking good here with only 1 shield. So I'm going to choose to pretty much let this Altaria go down here. Obviously not using my last shield. We are able to get to one final Sky Attack before it KOs the Altaria. And our opponent chooses to shield that, so that's excellent. He actually blind switches into Haunter, which is incredible for us. And we dispose of that Haunter immediately, get some free energy here. And now we're in a really good position. We're going to shield up this Flash Cannon here. Now Thunder Punch will not KO this Registeel, but we should be able to get to Focus Blast. And that Haunter switch was pretty much a death wish. Focus Blast is going to come through. This is definitely going to KO. Fire Punch would have probably also worked just as well, but it doesn't cover the Bastiodons, so very good win there for us in game number 1. Cannonball Red here in match number 2. And we are going to be leading Altaria once more into Meganium, so this is an amazing lead for us. So of course we are expecting the switch out here, so it would be a good idea to have the switch tray ready. Opponent actually switches on into Haunter. Hypno comes in, and we are going to have to shield up here. Now if it's a Shadow Punch, it would not KO. It is a Shadow Ball though, so great shield on our part. And we get rid of that Haunter immediately. We have energy stored up now on the Hypno, and had we had Ice Punch, Meganium would be in big trouble here. But we do not. But most people are going to assume we are running Ice Punch, so I would expect a shield here possibly. Maybe not on the first one though. So well played on their part. And Focus Blast of course would do a lot of damage to Meganium, but we're not going to be able to get it of course, so I'm just going to go for another Thunder Punch here. Do whatever little damage I can. I know Altaria is in a very good position here when it comes back in. So this Frenzy Plant is going to come through, going to get rid of the Hypno, and we're just going to bring back in the Altaria here. Let's see if our opponent chooses to switch out. They do. They time it very well to get the Sky Attack onto the Azumarill. And of course we are going to have to switch out. Trying to see if I could catch an Ice Beam again, counting the bubbles here. We are not able to. Most people in this rating are not going to throw the Ice Beam because they know the switch is coming. So if you're trying to time it, it's likely not going to happen. So they do get off the Hydro Pump. We let that first one go through. Building up for the Flash Cannon here. You're going to throw this at the Azumarill. The Azumarill has 2 shields. So this isn't the best situation. However, I know that my Altaria could 100% handle the Meganium in the back. So all I have to do is as much damage to this Azumarill as possible. Preferably burn both shields. We do get both shields. They switch into the Meganium here. And at this point, what I'm going to do is shield, try to switch out into the Altaria, like build enough for a flash cannon here to have it ready for the Azumarill, switch into the Altaria here, and I could pretty much farm down here. And we're in a really good spot now. The Altaria may actually even be able to win this game on its own without the Registeel coming back in, because we have so much energy. Actually go for the Dragon Pulse here, which was a mistake, should have definitely went for Sky Attacks. So as you can see, Dragon Pulse does absolutely nothing because it's resisted. Double resisted. I don't know what I was thinking. Azumarill is fairy as well, so definitely a misclick there. Ice Beam comes through, going to KO, but we have the Flash Cannon ready. And if we had gone for Sky Attack, this would be a 100% knockout. But because we actually went for the Dragon Pulse, we had to farm down a little bit more. So almost cost ourselves the game there with a big mistake. And 2-0 heading into match number 3 here against Chrome PvP. And they are going to be leading the Registeel into the Altaria. So this is one of the worst matchups you could see with Altaria, of course. However, it's not a guaranteed loss. Altaria can win this matchup in the 2-shield situation. So I'm going to let this first Flash Cannon come through. Just do a lot of Dragon Breath damage here. Go for the Sky Attack onto the Registeel. Want to see if our opponent's going to commit to any shields or not. They choose to let it go. Generally speaking, in this matchup, they're only going to shield when you do. So here I do choose to shield. And at this point, I have intentions of committing both shields to see if I can win the lead. So I'm over farming a little bit. Go for the Sky Attack here. Would expect the shield to come up now. It does. And we get to one more Sky Attack here. And it looks like our opponent actually switched out into a Azumarill. So at this point now I'm going to bring in the HYPNO, of course. This is a different situation from the first matchup where I brought in Registeel, because the Registeel isn't as necessarily, or rather the HYPNO isn't as necessary in the back for the Haunters. So I bring it in here, going to throw these Thunder Punches at the Azumarill, going to be doing a lot of damage, letting this first charge move come through here. It is going to be a Hydro Pump, that is going to hurt. However, we are going to outpace the Azumarill to the Thunder Punch. And we could actually farm down here with Confusion, actually, because of that Sky Attack from the Altaria. So we have a lot of energy stored onto the HYPNO now. And let's see what our opponent brings in. He knows that we have a Thunder Punch. And this was a little bit unfortunate because we could have definitely have gotten off that Focus Blast had we been able to get one more Confusion in earlier. Either way, I bring in the Altaria here to catch this Flash Cannon. And the Registeel is going to come in, farm down their own Registeel, and Registeel versus Meganium in the back. This is not a very favorable position. Of course, the Meganium with the Earthquake is going to be very problematic for us. So we're going to go for that first Flash Cannon. We get it through. This next Flash Cannon is definitely going to demand the shield from the Meganium. Flash Cannon comes through. Now here, we have to shield, of course. Like, there's no, even if they Venus Frenzy Plant, we can't risk it. It is an Earthquake, thankfully for us. And Earthquake from Meganium in this range actually is not going to KO. It's going to leave us really low, but we will survive it. And we are going to be able to get to this Flash Cannon, which will be enough to win this game. So we are currently 3-0 here. Heading into match number 4 against 00 Nuclear. And they are going to be leading the Galvantula into Altaria. So this is a pretty good matchup for us. These electric type moves will be doing neutral damage because of the dragon typing. Discharge is going to come through most likely. It does. It still does a relatively healthy amount of damage there. But these Dragon Breaths are really adding up. Let's see if our opponent chooses to burn a shield here. They do. And are they going to switch out? They are going to switch out into the Registeel. And I actually decide to throw the Sky Attack before switching out. A little bit debatable move there. And because this Registeel actually has an energy advantage on us, we can't really bring in our Registeel, although we did have a shield advantage, so you could make the argument for it. But what I'm going to try to do here is go for the Focus Blast with the Hypno and just get rid of this Registeel in the most sneaky way possible. So I am building up here for the Focus Blast, and I will survive this Flash Cannon, so I'm not going to burn any shields here with the Hypno. Flash Cannon does come through. Let's see if our opponent's going to shield this Focus Blast here. This is going to KO, of course. They choose to let it go, so amazing for us. We didn't have to burn any shields. We maintained switch advantage. They bring in their own Hypno. And unlike myself, I tend to believe people are running Thunder Punch, Ice Punch a lot of times on their Hypnos. So I'm just going to absorb this damage. If it's a Fire Punch, we'll have to reassess. It is a Thunder Punch, so we look like we're in an excellent situation here. I was anticipating the switch out, so I did keep on bringing my switch tray up. He brings it out now to catch the Flash Cannon. Very well played on their part. But they actually burned their last shield to save that Galvantula. And I choose to burn a shield here because I know I could Dragon Breath down this Galvantula. And at this point the game is pretty much over. I'm going to throw this Sky Attack at the Hypno. And with the extra shield in the back, there's pretty much nothing this Hypno could do, especially because it doesn't seem to have a move that could hurt the Registeel, and our opponent actually chooses to back out there. So we win another matchup here, heading into match number 5 here against IO Jefferson OI. So this is for the perfect 5-0 set, and we are going to see a jump bluff lead. Amazing for us. This is definitely what you want to see. Switches into Kingdra, which I'm totally fine with as well, to be honest. Dragon Breaths are still doing a lot of damage. This looks like a Forest Cup team, so hey, we'll take it. This trainer had a really high rating, so if we can win this matchup, it's really going to benefit us. Registeel is going to come in to face this Kingdra, expecting the Octazooka here. It is an Octazooka, but it actually lowers our attack stat, I believe. So we are going to be going for the Flash Cannon here. Did get that debuff, unfortunately. Wouldn't KO regardless, I think, but the Kingdra is going to be able to get off one more charge move. Likely going to be another Octazooka, I'd imagine. It is. And we should be able to farm down here. But I just go for the Flash Cannon. I think it was possible to perhaps farm down, but I want to maintain switch advantage for sure. So this game was pretty much in the lock once we saw the jump bluff lead, so no reason to mess around here when we're going for a 5-0 set. They bring in the Mantine, so this is definitely a Forest Cup team here. And you could expect a lot of Bubble Beams to be coming through here. Of course, we do have Hypno in the back running the Thunder Punch, so this Mantine is going to be in a world of hurt. We have both shields still. Hypno comes in. No .2 shields here. Can't expect the Bubble Beam. It's not doing anything. This is likely going to be another Bubble Beam. Even if it is a charge move, it's not going to really hurt Hypno too much. One more Bubble Beam. And honestly, we could just switch out here, reset our debuffs. So it didn't really do anything to us. The Altaria is going to come back in here. I have no idea what moves Jump Bluff runs, so I just decided to shield the first one. Because we have 2 shields, I mean we have to use them eventually. And we are going to go for the Sky Attack here. This is going to leave the Jump Bluff very low. He actually did not choose to burn the shield. We're going to Dragon Breath down. Not quite. Going to get off one more charge move. Going to let this one come through, of course. Saving our shield for that Hypno in the back, who's going to have a very favorable matchup against the Mantine. And the Mantine comes back in. Going to throw the charge move at us. Maybe this will be an Ice Beam. It is a Bubble Beam again. So, just going to go for the Sky Attack here. And this matchup is pretty much over. Our opponent actually chooses to let it go through, and we end up taking that match. So 5-0 set there. Rank 10 is pretty unlikely. We're at 2854 at the time of this recording with 1 day left, so not too likely. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.